Hi folks, today we're going to show you a couple different ways that you can cut your tool at an angle or at a ribbon style cut like you would do for satin edged ribbon. There'll be a couple different ways we're going to show you. What I have here is a board that I cut out of a used soda box, measured it, makes it really easy to get several pieces of tool without having to measure every single one. Now all you have to do is take the tool, turn it over, take about, I'd say 1 inch to 2 inches, and put it over the lip of the area that you're working on. Put a strip of tape, press firmly, and then start rolling. Now if you don't have tape or you don't want to use tape, that's fine. Just keep your thumb in the middle and then start rolling your tool. I like the tape because it takes less aggravation out of, it slipping, or I have a long piece and a shorter piece at the beginning when I'm trying to roll my tool. Now you see here I have a cutting board. You don't have to have one of those, but since I do a lot of tutus, this was a good investment for me. My favorite item that I purchased recently is that plexi style board that's a form of measurement. It's got a good weight to it, and when you're working with several layers of tool, you can press firmly and it'll cut. When you're using a rotary tool, or even scissors for that matter, it'll help you cut smoothly and keep it all into place. Now when you're working with a rotary cutting tool, simply press firmly, but not too hard. You don't have to press real hard because those blades are really sharp. And run it across the edge of what you're trying to cut. Don't worry about having to do it more than once. It takes a minute to get the hang of it if you don't use that type of tool very often. I know I took several attempts because I was afraid I was going to cut too hard or I was going to mess something up. Alright, so what I do here is I cut on one side, and then, because you see that it looks like it's a little bit shorter from one side to the other, I cut on the opposite side that I just cut on, and voila, I've got it even again. Now my solution, I have a tutorial, and all it is 3/4 water, 1/4 fabric softener, and it takes that static cling out of the way. When you're doing an angled cut or a different kind of cut at the bottom, you want to keep all of your layers of tool together, so that comes in really handy. Alright, so now we're going to do the angle cut first, and I take my form of measurement, whether it's a ruler or it's this plexi style glass deal. You're going to angle it, and here's a quick tip. I flip it over so that way I'm just doing one cut and they're all going the same way. So say you have a 6x9 piece, fold it in half, cut it at an angle with your rotary cutter, or you can use scissors. Just make sure you have a good pair of scissors that are sharp so that way it doesn't leave jagged marks after you've made that angled cut. And then you've got your pixie style. What's really neat about the pixie style or angled cut is that when you poof it up, it makes it look fuller to me, and it also just gives it a unique design, because no single thing that you make that's handcrafted is exactly the same, so it's going to be fantastic anyway. But this kind of adds a little something extra to me. Alright, the last two ways that I'm going to show you how you can cut your tool at the ends is simply one at an angle where you've got one strong point and then one with two separate points. Alright, so after you've measured your tool, you have the width that you want, the length that you want, and you folded it over. You're going to now fold it again, but long ways this time. Instead of in half, you're going to fold it long ways. And you're going to cut at an angle. You can use your rotary cutter or you can use your good scissors. Now simply take your scissors or your rotary cutter, and you're going to cut at an angle again, but you're going to cut closer towards your body. You see what I'm doing there? Now once you've done that, you can unfold it, take a look, and you've got two sharp edges and it's a nice clean cut for each side. And that's done. Now the last way is simply, you've got it folded over again, and now you're going to you've got it folded over in half, and now you're going to fold it long ways. Take your scissors or rotary cutter, and this time you're going to cut away from you. You're going to cut at an angle, but you're going to cut away from your body. You see that? And now you have a point, and it's nice and sharp and clean. We've included some various tutu photos showing the different cuts we've used. If you liked our video and our channel, please subscribe. We could truly use your support. You can find all of our information on our various stores at our YouTube homepage and our Google Plus page, CJ & Sons Presents Naomi Inspired. We've also included some links for you at the end of each video. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook. Thank you so much for viewing.